Can you guys hear me with this microphone? Can you hear me? We're having some techie issues today, so I want to make sure you guys can hear me on this microphone. Is it okay? Am I speaking loud enough?
Yes.
I don't have the Pastor Bo volume, so I gotta speak up a little more. Before we get started, I wanted to introduce Neil Caldwell, who is on our organ today. I want to thank him for graciously volunteering to play today. We're in transition between organists as well, and we've not had much luck finding one. So we've got some folks who are filling in here and there while we can. So we want to thank Neil for his help today. Now, since we really haven't had Neil play for us before, I want to give you a little instructions. His goal is for you guys to sing loud enough to drown him out. Okay? That's what he's looking for. That's the energy that we have. So I know we can do it. We did it last week with the organist, so we can do it this week. All right? So if you could just please quiet down a little bit, be in an attitude of prayer as we get ready for worship. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. It's great to see you here today. We're going to work our way through the worship without a pastor this week, so you get Andrew. You're laughing now. You're laughing now. Wait till after the sermon, and then we'll see who's laughing. Yeah, a 2-hour sermon on its way. So we're going to start with our opening hymn, so please stand and join me. Sally's going to be our singing lead because you don't want to listen to me. And so please stand and sing Christ the Lord is Risen Today. We should have the words. If not, it's on page 302.
Christ the Lord is risen today. Alleluia. Earth and heaven chorus say, Alleluia. Raise your joys and triumphs high.
verse 5. Please do not follow. That's on 2. We are on verse 5 on page 302.
And louder, louder. We need you.
We need to hear you more. I can't hear you real loud.
You can at least sing the one word.
Okay. Hail the Lord of earth and heaven. Alleluia. Praise to thee by both be given. Alleluia. Be we great triumphant Lord. Alleluia. Hail the resurrection thou. Hallelujah.
All right, let's finish it there. Whew.
All right.
I've got some hallelujahs going through my head. I think that's one of them. Thank you, Neil. Awesome. I don't know if they were quite loud enough, so we're going to try it on the second song. Pretty good. Okay, you're getting some thumbs up. Okay, so Sandy, there you are, is going to join us to read our scripture today. It's from Isaiah chapter 43, verses 5 through 7. Thank you, Sandy.
Do not fear, for I am with you. I will bring your offspring from the east, and from the west I will gather you. I will say to the north, give them up, and to the south, do not withhold. Bring my sons from far away, and my daughters from the end of the earth. Everyone who is called by my name, whom I created for my glory, whom I formed and made.
Thank you. I kept that one short. No whole chapters for you. Isaiah can get a little long. Now, if you'll just stay seated, we'll sing our prayer choruses, and then we'll move into the pastoral prayer. So, would you like to join us and lead us? Thank you, Sally.
Jesus, Lamb of God, worthy is your name. Jesus, Lamb of God, worthy is your name. Jesus, Lamb of God, worthy is your name. Jesus, Lamb of God, worthy is your name.
Now, if you'll join me in some silent prayer. Our Heavenly Father, giver of all wisdom, and grace, and peace, creator of heaven and earth, inventor of atoms and galaxies, and everything in between. We humbly present ourselves before you today as a congregation in awe of your ability to create. For it was you who made all things. You set life in motion. You created man and woman. You smiled upon the first marriage and filled their hearts with joy. You danced with them in the garden and felt their pain as they shared their grief and sin. It was you who breathed life into that first child. You who heard the very first baby cry and understood what she said. Father, you created all, and for this we come to you in humble thankfulness. Lord, we come to you today asking your forgiveness. Sometimes we work for you, and sometimes we avoid working for you. We can be weak in our resolve to teach others, to prepare the way for more to come to understand you. Lord, forgive us. Provide us courage and strength, what we need to continue in your footsteps. You gave us Jesus as the ultimate example, and we commit to keeping his work moving forward in this world of extremes. Father, we thank you. We thank you for your guidance, for your discipline, for your opportunities to lead others to you. Without your loving grace, our Christian lives have no end point. With every opportunity, we come closer to you and to the Spirit. Thank you. With your grace in our heart, we have no fear of this world, for it is your world, not ours. Lord, we ask your guiding hands be over all of us. As this congregation is in transition between pastors, we ask that you help us to each lead in our own way, that we can remember to be a little bit more patient, a little bit more loving, a bit more forgiving, for that was Jesus' way. As we prepare for Pastor Tom and Pat, may you light up our hearts to show him our loving, caring, welcoming congregation. Help us to show him our capacity to care. Provide them a safe move to Pennsville and a welcoming start as we intertwine our missions into one mission for the benefit of your holy church. Lord, we cannot understand forever. We do not live without sin. We have not forgiven one another. We will not stop needing you. Walk with us this day and every day as we look for the footsteps of Jesus here in our lives. May we start that walk with you, saying the prayer that he taught us to pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. All right, it's time for the kids. Do we have kids? No kids? My kids. If you don't come up. Oh, never mind. All right. I have brought something to share. But I wanted to ask you a question first. Oops, I'm sitting on my cord. There we go. How you guys doing today? Pretty good? Yeah? Yeah? You being good kids? No, and a yes, and a and a we'll see what the answer is. Is that good or bad? So, I course, he was not in the room at the time. Art, I'll never forgive you for that. Okay, no, I forgive you. So, yeah, that's right. And guess what I did? I broke the window, the glass sliding door at the end. It wasn't just a window, it was like the glass sliding door. And you know that a golf ball's about that big, and it makes this huge spider web on that glass, like it goes everywhere. And it didn't actually fall apart for about half an hour. And then little pieces started coming out, and it was like snow. I got the glass door. It was bad. It was really bad. And so how would you feel if you were me and you did that? How would you feel? Guilty and awesome? Wow. Guilty and awesome. I bet the first thing you do is like, oh God, help me. You start praying right away, right? Okay, so that's right. I don't know if I felt awesome, but I sure felt guilty. And I felt bad enough that I made my brother call my dad before he got home from work so that he could kind of cool down on the drive on the way home. Because I knew I was going to get it. Absolutely. That's a true story. So you can make sure you ask Uncle Art about that one. I wasn't going to. He wasn't. Okay. So, there are times. Yeah, I know. They did not like it, not one bit. So, I want to give you something to share with you. That's right. I hope that if you get in one of those situations, you're a smarty. And you kind of think about how their parents are going to feel and maybe apologize for what you did and help clean it up and try to find ways to help pay for it. Because we all make mistakes, right? Our parents know that we make mistakes, but they still love us. And God's the same way. He knows we make mistakes, and He still loves us. All right, so we've got a whole bunch of people out there who are steaming hot because we didn't turn the air conditioning on until just early this morning. I want you to give them like the wave high five. So don't actually hit them, you just like wave to the moon next to them, okay? So head out there and give them some waves. All right? Thank you very much. Please stand up and greet one another. Start making your way back to your seats. Start working your way back to your seats, folks. All right, let's start singing it together, folks. This is the day, this One more time. Come on back. This is the day that the Lord has made. The Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it, and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. All right, that's your time limit. I'm no better at this than Pastor Bo was. Yeah, I guess so. I need to apply a little extra oomph to it when we get started. That's right. There's plenty of time after the service to hang out, enjoy the snackies, visit with your friends. This isn't the only time you get to see them, okay? Thanks for coming back together. So I want to look at our announcements. And I think everything is on the back. So if you turn to the very back, we've got that week at a glance. Mine looks a little larger than yours. So we've got a couple of committee meetings going on this week. I know that's a little odd for through the summertime. Finance committee's meeting on Monday at 6. We've got that weekly Bible study at Bobbitt's Auto, 6 o'clock on Tuesday. Wednesday, I want to point out the women's Bible study. This is the last one before the fall time frame. So that's at 10 o'clock. We've got on Saturday another parsonage work day. So thank you very much, everybody who came out yesterday. I know I'm a little sore from all the cleaning and the moving. We removed some carpet. We replaced a sink. We've been working on patching a hole in the garage. There's plenty of work to do. We cleaned out the gutters. There's plenty of, yes, we need some painters. That's right. Removed a bunch of the little pins from the walls, so we've got some spots where we need some painting. So all skill types are accepted. If you can do nothing but carry a garbage bag or sit there and cheer us on, we'll take you, okay? Just come on out. Okay, I know Sally had an announcement to make as well.
First of all, before I make my announcement, I just wanted to take a minute to acknowledge a couple people. You know, it's been 20 years since we've been through a transition of another pastor, and I'm on the SPR committee, so I've been had the privilege of kind of going through the process of what it takes to bring in a new pastor and everything you have that goes into that. But there's been two people in particular that have really shown such leadership, not only to the committee, but to you and in leading us through this. And so I want to acknowledge Sandy Oldacre. She's our SPR chairperson. Stand up, Sandy. Yeah. There has been a lot of work behind the scenes that you would not believe that goes into all the information that needs to go to the conference about the church to make the best fit for a pastor. And Sandy really led us through that and did a lot of work behind the scenes for us. So I just wanted to acknowledge her and say thank you. Also, our lay leader, Andrew Hess. Andrew has been, yeah, let's give him. Andrew is such a doer, and no matter what really is asked, Andrew will step up to the plate and help not only to do it and lead it, but to get other people to participate as well. And through everything from the disciple programs that he and Natalie had led, to being our lay leader and being, I know, a great partner with Sandy on the SPR, and on leading a lot of the things like talking about you know, being at the parsonage yesterday. He just brings all his skills because he loves the Lord. They both love the Lord so much. And their leadership shouldn't be taken for granted. So personally, thank you so much on behalf of Trinity for all that you do. So now to my announcement. This week you will be receiving a letter from the Finance Committee. I know it's the favorite letter you get, right? From Finance. But we are going to actually be celebrating Christmas in July, on July 22nd. So Pastor Tom will be with us, and we'll be singing our Christmas carols. Wear your best colorful Christmas clothes. But July 22nd, we will be celebrating Christmas in July. We do this to bring also attention to our finances. And, you know, finances is never a topic that's fun to talk about. In preparation for this morning, I was thinking about how many times I've been up here to talk about the budget of the church or the finances of the church. And really, I don't want to talk about that as much as I want to talk about the ministry of our church and the outreach we're doing and everything that we are really starting to do to bring awareness to Trinity and to bring people to the church, but more importantly, a saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. Well, with that, it takes funds. So the important thing to understand and why we're doing this is we love to celebrate Christmas, but it's to bring attention to the reason why we're here. And the reason why we're here is to save souls for Jesus. We want people to have a saving knowledge. We want them to go to heaven. And while we know where we're going, that doesn't mean everyone out in the community does. And our goal is to get out there and to tell them about Jesus Christ. Well, with that takes funds. You need funds to do that. And so at the point in time we are right now, we are actually into our savings. We do not have enough funds each week. If we put our capital money aside that the administrative council basically voted that had to stay there, if we did not have that money, we would not be able to pay our bills right now. So it is very serious, and I want you to really prayerfully consider what you're going to put in that envelope for Christmas in July. What are you going to put in your envelope this morning and for next Sunday? Because we need those funds to be able to do the ministry that we want to do in the community. So I don't like to bring negative messages, and I've probably thought of every creative way I could to put a positive aspect to the fact that we need money, but the point is we need funds. And I want to remind you of something. Every one of you here can give. I don't want you to think, well, someone else will come in with a big donation that'll just take care of it all. Please don't think that way. We each need to do our part to make sure the ministry that we can do in Pennsville continues to happen. I don't want this to be the first thing that Pastor Tom has to think about when he comes. I want him to be so focused on outreach in this community and leading this church and more souls to save for Jesus. So please be generous. Please pray about it. Pray for the church. Pray for our finances. God is good, and I know he will deliver, but we need to be a part of that as well. So thank you for your time, and thank you for your support.
Thank you, Sally. To add to that, I would just say keep praying. Anytime we run into difficulties in our life, God will be there with you. He'll walk you through it. Just keep praying. Make sure that he is forefront on your mind. I do have one more announcement, and I saved it to the end. As part of SPR and the Transition Committee, I wanted to point out that next week, our new pastor, the Reverend Dr. Thomas Perry, will be joining us. We'll be delivering the message. Sally and I will be, yeah, that's right. We're happy about that. We're encouraged by his energy, and we're very much looking forward to bringing our two missions together. So please come support him. Come say hello to him, meet him and his wife. And I have an idea from the Transition Committee that I want to roll out. So over the next week or so, if you could find a card, just a blank card would be fine. Address it to Pastor Tom, leave it here in the church, in his mailbox, leave it at the parsonage. Put inside a gift card to your favorite restaurant around the area. Plop it in there. Write him a little note that says, when we go here, we like to eat this. That's just a great way to sort of invite him to the community, get him out to see some of the places that we enjoy, and it's just a real loving, caring way to bring him into the community. So a card and a gift card, just leave it in his inbox next couple of weeks. I think that'd be a great way to say hello. All right. Any other announcements that I missed? Okay, I'll have the ushers come forward and we'll prepare for our offering. go find folks who need you and need us. Lord, please bless the gift and the giver. We ask all of this in Jesus' name. Please stand. Thank you. You may be seated. I did that backwards. I'm going to make you stand up again. See, these are the things that I wasn't just prepared for, that Pastor Bo can smooth right through. We're going to sing our preparatory hymn, so please stand up again, get you a little more exercise. Those of you holding grandkids are up and down.
Yeah.
Great is thy faithfulness, O God, my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee.
much. Now you may be seated. And if you're supposed to stand up, I'll let you stay seated. All right, I think Neil's got a challenge out there for you. We were getting a little loud on those last choruses, but I'm still getting his whispering in my ear. Like, we can get some more out of these folks. We've heard some more. All right. So today's morning message may seem a little strange, the title that I gave you. We can do whatever we want. I talked a little bit about it down there at the children's moments. Today is a very special day. It's a day that came once to us every 20 years, okay? You know what it is, right? This is a special day. This is the day we're between pastors. Yeah? Right? The kids are alone, right? Pastor Bo's already in Kentucky. He's probably waiting on that moving truck to get there. In fact, I remember last week's sermon, he said he was sleeping in today. He's probably not even awake yet, and I hope he's not. First week of retirement, he should be doing that. Pastor Tom, he's not due here till next week. Oh yeah. So, what do you think that means for us? We are on our own, right? We can do whatever we want. Woo! The parents are away. So I'm going to start. I got to get in some comfy clothes first. This shirt's not working. I got t-shirts. T-shirts are the way to go, right? It's a little toasty in here. Guys, take off your jackets. If you're wearing a jacket, it's a little too toasty. Take off the shirt. Just right, getting the t-shirt on. What? But that's what Father's Day, isn't it? I'm thinking a little beach time. Chair set up over here. This is not going to work either. I need some shorts. Take off those shoes. bear with me. I've got a few pictures for you. I think I just messed up my mic. Can you still hear me? Okay, great. So presumably the parents were still in the house. They were just in the other room, you know, doing laundry, doing the dishes, taking a nap, all those things that parents love to do. Well, kids are fine. Kids are in the other room. So techie crew, can you show me the next picture here on the presentation? They're thinking about it. They might be thinking about it. Well, we got the cover page, so that's a good start. All right, if this is a no-go, then I'm going to have to change my sermon on the fly. Yes, they do. Animals are not exempt. I'll show you some of that, too. I have some great examples of that. All right, well, while they're trying to figure that out, I'm going to move on to yet another fun story from the Andrew archives. So my parents had this. Oops, swap over here now. So my parents had these friends from Illinois. We grew up in Indiana. Illinois was like light years away, right? When you're a kid, it's the next state. Who thinks about it? So they had some friends who my dad was in the military, and they were from that time. They had kids about our age. So the parents came to visit with the kids. They were all in the house, and the kids out of the house. Right? This is the 70s. Get out of the house. I don't want to see you until nighttime. Oh, we're back. I'll finish the story, and then I'll get back to that. Okay. Tell a butter guy. He's a good one. Okay. So the parents left us all outside. Well, it was one of those days right after a rain. It was still a nice day, but we had this huge mud puddle in our yard. See where this is going, right? And so two kids who had driven from Illinois and had no backup clothes and us decided that it would be a great idea to go swimming in the mud puddle. And we came back completely covered in mud in our hair, like everything. We looked like swamp monsters when we were done. So of course, Dad reads us the riot act. Reed takes us out back and hoses us down like we were a dirty dog. And then he brings us inside and we go through showers. And of course, those kids have to borrow some of our clothes for a while when they go back. There's another archive story. The Hesses. You know what? I forgot to bring out my beach ball. So these are some of the kids that I found online. This is Tub of Butter kid, right? Like, have you ever walked into that? As a parent, you look at that and go, boy, I don't know which one I want to take, cleaning up the walls or cleaning up the kid. Like, which one's going to be worse? They'll at least have very soft skin when they're done. So next one. Show me the next one here. There we go. Found the jar of jam. Not giving up. Not till it's gone. I'm sure he was out in a sugar coma. See how his hand's still in the jar? Like I could get that last little bit. I could just get it. How about the next one? Bubble bath for 3,000. They're probably all hiding underneath there, right? Notice how the one in the back, he's like just hiding, and they're like, no, they made me do it, Mom. Right? That's how we humans are. And pets are not immune. Show me this next one here. There we go. That's a color by number spot. Right? Now, not that your pets would do that, but your kids certainly would. Uh-oh. We're getting some ideas. I see my kids getting ideas. Next one here. There we go. Hey, Fido, check out my new hat. This is really cool, and it smells like feet. Who would do that? What a hat. Okay, next one. When your kid's quiet in the room next door too long, you might end up with that for your cat. I'm really impressed that that cat could be like still for so long, to let them draw the curly cues on there. Next one with cats. There we go. We got to share the... Mom, you said we're supposed to share. Got to share the milk with all my friends. Why cry over it when I can drink it? You know what really impresses me is like this next one, how kids can get into these little bitty places. Like, how do they do that? That bathtub, not enough room for both of us. So I'm going to squeeze into this little tub we have over here. Hey, pass me the soap. How about the next one? She somehow got into that 5-gallon bucket of paint and painted the fireplace and the ladder and was doing some foot painting on the floor. Hey, Dad, check me out. How about this one? Hey, Dad, how do we get the snow back in the pillow? I don't know how that works. Or the next one. This one scares me. So the hood of the car reads like this. I like my mom, heart, and then like a little picture of mom. I like my dad, heart, a little picture of dad. And then Santa's sleigh over there with some reindeer. And whoever it was halfway between I like, and they probably went in to ask Dad, how do you spell brother? And he's going, why do you need to know that? Oh, I just could imagine. How about next one? If Shar were here, like, hey, anybody want an omelet? Those are all ready to go. Hey, here's my last one, okay? This one is so true for humans, right? This little guy's looking up at you, turning on the charm like a little, am I in trouble or not? I'm not sure. Definitely got rid of that incriminating weapon. I don't see any marker anywhere, but he shares the same tattoo as the couch, so pretty sure that all happened together. All right, thank you very much, tech crew. So if you're the parents of these kids, what do? Do you want to punish them? Do you want to protect them and comfort them? Because I'm pretty sure some of them didn't know what they were doing was wrong, and then all of a sudden things just sort of lead one to another, right? Some kids are that way, like, but I'm pretty sure the bubble kids, you know, they knew what they were doing. Then when they found out it was bad, maybe they felt guilty. They felt that like they had disappointed their parents. You see the breakdown, the kids crying. Other kids knew what they were doing was naughty. So now I got to take a break here in the sermon. So you're seeing all the shenanigans, and you're like, Andrew, what's this got to do about God? Okay, I came here to church today to learn about God, and it's time to do some teaching. So, okay, here we go. My point with all the craziness is to illustrate that although you may think that you're alone, the pastor's gone, the parents are out, you're never truly alone. God is actually right there with you all the time. He's watching you. He knows what's in your heart. He knows your motivation. No matter what you're doing, God is everywhere, and he knows all things. The big words for that are he is ubiquitous and he is omnipotent. Ubiquitous and omnipotent. So if you ever hear those, you've heard them before. So stop right there. How are you feeling right now? To know that God is there and he watches you and he knows what you're thinking at all times. Okay? What are you thinking? If you're human, and I think most of you are, you're probably feeling one of two things. And I'll be nice with the first one. The first one is probably, oh, I'm so glad. I'm very comforted that he's there with me, because when I'm alone, I know he's walking me through. He's guiding me. He's helping me. But that's probably not what you were thinking, right? The second thing you're probably thinking when you find out God's there all the time is like, oh, I am in so much trouble. Did he really hear what I was thinking? Did he really see what I did? Did he really follow me around everywhere I went all my life? Oh, I'm going to get it. That's probably what you're thinking. Just like the kids did. And the answer is, oh, yes, he did. And oh, yes, he is. And oh, yeah, he was there. He was there. We can choose to do whatever we want. We can choose to love or to hurt. God wants us to choose to serve him. And he knows that we're going to have growing pains along the way because we're humans and he knows us. We're the same as we've always been. As you read through the Old Testament, you find out that we haven't changed a bit. We humans are just the same. That's why I had Sandy read that passage from Isaiah. God spoke to all humans, and both of those reactions that humans have through the prophet Isaiah. The first one, he said this. This is Isaiah 43. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. I will gather you and your children from the east and west, and I will say to the north and south, bring my sons and daughters back to Israel from the distant corners of the earth. Bring all who claim me as their God, for I have made them for my glory. It was I who created them. How loving is that, right? That's a father saying, come home. I want to hug you. I want to love you. I want to be there for you. Come home. Then that other reaction, that one that's maybe a little more human, devious reaction that we had, he did speak to us about that emotion also in Isaiah, but in 66 he says, I can see what they're doing. I know what they're thinking. So I will gather all the nations and all the peoples together, and they will see my glory. And I will perform a sign among them, and I will send those who survive to be messengers to the other nations. So he's there in a different way, loving us. He's disciplining us. Again, how much like a father is that? He cares about us enough to help us change our behavior, to be better, to be more loving. He doesn't care if we wear shorts or Hawaiian shirts. He doesn't care what we wear to church. What he cares is what's on our heart, what we're thinking, what our motivation is when we're wearing those clothes, right? It's hot in here, right? Take off your jacket, take off your tie. It's okay. You're not showing disrespect to God as long as your heart says, I love God and I'm here to glorify him. God cares for us and he disciplines us as we parents do our children. We mean the world to him the way that our kids mean the world to us. No matter what mess we get into, no matter how many bubbles we make or jam jars we break into, whether it's intentional or not, he'll be there with us, loving us the whole way. That's my message today. He's always there. Jesus showed us that way, and he taught us how to love one another and how to care for one another in the same way that God the Father cares for us. We create that loving body of the church by following Jesus' example, and in doing so, we become an instrument of God's love in this world. So if you see somebody in a mess, extend your hand, your loving hand to help them out. Forgive them, care for them, and maybe one day you'll be able to look back at that mess and laugh because you knew that God helped you both through it, whether you were the cleaner or the butter eater. Right? God will help us again and again and again because that's just who he is. He loves us and he is always there. Amen. All right. So if you would please stand with me and sing our closing hymn, I Stand Amazed. It's page 371.
This is a special song that needs right with your sermon, so I need
Perfect.
to hear the
Oh, that's right. Neil's whispering in my ear. Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm getting my updates. My announcement time was over. But Sandy can step in because she's SPR. Right? So Kathy and Bo did make it to Kentucky safely last night, so our prayers were answered for that. And I'm sure that they are still waiting for the truck to arrive, but enjoying their Sunday morning brunch. I hope it's maybe lunch. Also, this song fits right in line with the sermon, so let's sing it. Let's hear it. This is the last thing you got to do in church before you head home, okay? You can hear it. All right, go ahead. Techie crew, catch up with us. We're running. If you would like, you can pull out. It's in page 371 of the hymnal, and we're going to start with the next verse 2.
It was in the garden, he prayed not my will but thine. He let me choose for his own griefs, I sweat drops of blood for mine. How marvelous, how wonderful, and my song shall ever be. How marvelous, how
So now I send you off in my shorts and my Hawaiian shirt. If you see me out there mowing, I'll probably be wearing this later today.